Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more of the grand final of the Master CV Dota 2 League LAN. Newbee versus EG. We're into game 2. Game 1, of course, going the way of Evil Geniuses. I'm Eddie Pixel, and I'll be joined by Draskell, of course, once again for this game. And Andy, game 2. Are we going to see more of the same? Apparently not. I mean, the Drow's been banned. Kunka's coming through. Are you expecting another close one? Yeah.
Ten seconds remaining.
Oracle.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Slardar.
Well, this is an interesting opening from Newbee, getting the Oracle into Slardar. So picking up that Slardar, it's you know, something that Newbee will do, but it's certainly leaving a lot of other relevant teams. Yeah, going back for a bit of a repeat. EG, second pick, they'll take the act this time around. Universe looking to show KP how it's done. As KP, he had a tough game, didn't he? I mean, both of the offloaders, it felt, last game did. You know, Universe, it was a hard game for him to hit the Chronos. KP, it was a hard game to find the calls that the team could follow up on. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban.
I do like the lifestealer ban from EG. That is, I mean, letting a team having Slardar and lifestealer, that's a combo in itself. You know what I mean? We've seen a lot of times where that gets through, and you can just delete heroes off the map once you get Link on Slardar and the Echo Armlet on a lifestealer. Yeah.
Reserve time. Radiant team ban.
Well, fourth ban for EG. In terms of heroes to their Samael's Storm Spirit is still in the pool. Do you think there's potential that EG would take, or do they not want to drop? Would they not want to sit up against what Newbee have here? Yeah.
Dire team.
Do you think this is Newbee? Yeah.
Ten seconds
We'll see if one of them takes a hold of it here with these next 4 picks, 2 picks each side. It's Newbee. The first, as you said, obviously with the and Morphling bans, that they are kind of setting themselves up for something that's going to have a harder time being countered by EG. Newbie. I mean, another thing that EG, do you feel they have to be a little bit worried about the fact that a Huskar could be born into the mix for the side of Newbee?
Pick.
Okay, that's yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ursa warrior.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, it looks to indeed be in that place, and well, Arteezy grabs himself the old fuzzy wuzzy, and Newbie. We'll see if they do try and slip in that Huskar pick.
10 seconds
But as you said,
remaining.
yeah,
5 seconds remaining.
yeah.
Reserve time.
And Newbie, what the planet? I mean, yeah, if they did pick something like Huskar EG, they still have room to pick up something in AA. I mean, as it stands, Ancient Apparition wouldn't be that bad, really, EG's lineup, would it? Yeah. I'm certainly thinking about for a long time, down to 20 seconds left on the reserve time. So, you've given this one a lot of thought.
Witch doctor.
We'll see what the option's going to be. It's going to be Witch Doctor.
Radiant team
So,
pick.
yeah. Yeah, next week, yeah, the duration of a crush, you can do a fair bit of damage with the Death Ward, and they can't escape. EG now, their fourth pick, still looking for their second support, and of course, Samael's here to finish it off.
5 seconds.
We'll see what kind of pairing they get.
remaining. Reserve time.
I mean, what is that? Oh, there we have. Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, the Storm Spirit coming out for Samael. So still that final support for EG. Support that we saw feels like quite a bit from EG earlier on, and less so to come through here. Is the of course the Omni Knight picked up, to side alongside Ursa earlier on. Cottle's going to ban from Newbie. Is there any potential they get the Omni? I mean, backing up an Ursa and a Storm Spirit, it could be good. At the same time, do Newbie have ways to deal with an Omni Knight?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yes. I mean, something else that would kind of maybe fit the bill, but may help in the census range would be the Dazzle. I mean, obviously taking the axe for themselves, there's not the chance of it being countered that way around. I mean, e.g., could they finish it with Dazzle? Yeah? Yeah.
Omni Knight.
They go back for the Omni. The classic kind of EG favourite. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5
Let's go.
seconds.
Yeah, something like the
remaining.
TB. I still kind of want to see him be dirty and pick a Husker, but as you said, it would be a hard game. But yeah, you're right, it's the TB. So they finish it off with that, and in that sense, as you say, EG, they have 4 alien search. That it feels like there are weaknesses, but they do have mail on the Storm. They have obviously heroes they're very comfortable with. This is an EG lineup through and through. But at the same time, Newbee, they are looking pretty strong here, Andy. And the question is, are we going to just see both teams going for the safe lane tri-lanes, or like in game 1, will Newbee try and go aggressive against the Ursa at the start?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's been a good stun, but I think it's more likely that we're just going to see more standard lanes.
Oh, here we have it. Universe just with a quick pause, but ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into game 2 between Evil Geniuses and Newbee. EG, of course, at the moment, a game up in the series, and game 2 looking to be something largely different from what we saw in game 1, which is nice, of course. It's always nice to have a bit of a break from the old Drow strats, and indeed that is going to be what we get here. So, for EG's lineup to succeed, what is there kind of crucial timings? Do they have to do well early on? I mean, if they start to fall behind to the pushing power of the TB, is it going to be kind of very hard for them to bring them back?
I think, yeah, if they fall behind in the early game, they are going to be in huge trouble. Because Storm, he does need quite a bit in order to really get going. Like, you want minimum, like, Bloodstone, like, level 12 or 13, so you can get more points into your Vortex. And then you can really start to become a nuisance. But prior to that, they're going to be relying on, if they can, securing Roche, which I still think is going to be hard, because I don't think their lanes are super good or anything. But EG have picked these types of lineups in the past during MDL, and they've managed to make it work a fair amount. So I'm not going to say that they're going to lose their lane super hard or anything, but I don't think they're necessarily gonna win them either. I guess we'll have to find out. In the grand scheme of things, for EG, their win condition, if you want to call it that, is, secure whatever Roche you can. Get to the mid game without getting crushed in the lanes, and then you will have a repelled Storm or a repelled Ursa, and that's your path to victory right there.
There we have it. Game is ready to go, and of course, one player that a lot's going to be on is going to be on Universe again to find these big players with the axe once he gets his items done. I mean, the question is, he going to have a bit of an easier time this game on the axe than KP did in game 1, or is it still a very hard game for an axe to find those perfect calls?
I think this is an easier game for an axe.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing against Chronosphere and Chaotic Offering, it's like if you mess up your call in that game with those huge teamfight potential abilities, you are just screwed. And we saw what happened when his calls were not good. So this time around, Newbee are more of the we can fight at any given stage of the lineup, which is similar to game 1. But when you don't have these huge impact abilities that punish when you miss a call, then it's not as bad. And I think that Universe is probably going to have a bit of an easier time himself, because landing a Chrono against what Newbee had last game was also fairly difficult. And it looks like they are going to be looking to set up the 1v1 between the Slardar and the Axe, given the way that Universe is positioned bottom. If they can get that,
this favors
that
EG?
1v1, yeah, the 1v1 is going to favor EG for sure. If they decide to do some clowny aggro lane, which EG have done at MDL, then I think that they're really just looking for Universe to have a standout game. Oh, they're going to switch it up. They're going to dodge, it looks like. Okay, so Newbee just don't want to go 3v3, apparently, and they just want to make sure that they're going to have their off lane against the tri lane.
I think they're going to get. I mean, do EG then react to that again and switch, or do you think EG just accept that that's going to be the lens?
I think that EG want a Universe to have a better start, honestly, because if he gets to a faster blink, that's gonna set their game plan in motion much faster. Like, he's one hero who can really change the outlook of the game for them, which is one item, whereas everybody else kind of needs levels, and they need a little bit more gold to really have that influence. But looks like EG have already adapted a little bit. They're gonna send Zai in the roaming path. SC's in trouble here. He only has armor. Looks like he's gonna be able to walk it off.
Yep. Well, I guess they did have a torrent from Zai to follow through, but even with that, it would have been hard to chase down for the kill. But at the least, of course, just forcing SC out of the lane for a bit, so it gives still some out. Good little bit of a starting wave. Yeah, it's going to be all eyes on Universe really to see how he performs up against this tri-lane. I mean, is there potential of this tri-lane killing him? Is this a real danger zone for Uni?
He has to be pretty out of position, I think, to die. Kaka's got the Maldic level 1 though, so that's gonna help a lot. A lot of Witch Doctors are going back to that build nowadays because it just helps you do so much more damage as a support who typically gets the Voodoo Restoration and then offers almost no damage. But yeah, I think he should be alright. The one concern is he skills Battle Hunger at level 1. So in order to even be able to go to the jungle to recover, he has to hit level 2. And he really, I mean, he can kill the small camp if it wasn't blocked, but Newbee are pretty much on point here with preventing him from getting anything out of this early game.
Indeed so. Bottom lane looking to be good for Newbee. Elsewhere across the map, Sumail 10 for 3 against the Timbers SC 4 for 0. So kind of similar story to the last game where we're seeing Sumail getting this advantage at the start. So we'll see him be able to roll with that. And that of course leads to the top lane to talk about where RTZ at the moment 8 for 3. And they are able to zone KP out nicely. So KP certainly get minimal amounts from that top lane as well. As it goes across the map, kind of even in terms of who's getting what. Mid lane, Torrent to connect. Sumail and Zai will just force SC back. Pressure certainly on, and look at this, Universe. Yeah, just having to resort to clearing up A camp with the Battle Hunger, desperately trying to find that level 2 as the lane itself is not safe, but Faith, he's got eyes on him. And so is Kaka's level 2 as well. He's going to get some, if he gets some good bounces with a paralyzing cask, and he does, Uni is going to be in a lot of trouble with this Maledict on him as well. Few more right clicks. The heal comes through for Crit. The repel actually will be enough to save him. So good TP over to the mid lane from Crit to save Universe. And now maybe the turnaround. Zai still got a bit of timing left on a DD. One more slap should do it, and it does. Zai the Pirate, or the Aberrant, in fact, takes him down. So good reactions there from EG coming across, saving Universe and securing them that first blood.
Very nice reaction. They know that even in a 1v1 like Slardar versus Ursa, it's fine to leave Arteezy up here. It doesn't really matter that much, he'll be fine. And the supports on the side of Newbee were fully committed to stopping Universe from getting anything, so like you mentioned, perfect reaction coming out from EG. Hopefully poor Universe can finally hit level 2. Here we go.
There we go. He's got it. So we'll try and come back into lane, but of course U9 at the moment putting a heavy amount of pressure on the tier 1, already down to half health. There'll be a scan for the Radiant. Yeah, EG just checking if there's more around, and it's been confirmed. So Universe just has to play it very careful with 3 heroes on the side of Newbee down on that bottom lane, eyeing him up as the top lane and the mid lane remain the 1v1, and indeed Universe is going to get some backup. Zai's down here, and Crit's on his way too, so just looking to try and do something about the state on this bottom lane. Well, Torrent onto Kaka. As Universe, in fact, looking at maybe coming back in, Arteezy with the TP through as well. They're looking to punish the aggression of Newbee, and Arteezy, one more swipe should do it. In fact, well, Zai with the Torrent, he's going to be able to nab that kill for himself. So a second one for EG. And again, in these early stages, EG just turning around the plays of Newbee very nicely. They'll keep the tower up for the time being. And yeah, second kill. And Newbee just being punished for that aggression.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect way of putting it. If you look at their lineup, they have basically 2 stuns, right? They have the Cask, and then they have the Slardar Crush. And KP doesn't really seem to have any interest in fighting, at least yet. Maybe he wants to hit 6 first, you know, whatever. But if you throw out a Cask, and you're using it aggressively, and then you just start getting ran at by the enemy team of EG with no disables left, you can't really fight them. That's probably one of the scariest things about their lineup is if they're running at you and you don't have everything available to fight, then pretty much dead.
And now with the lanes kind of moves around as well, that the side of EG is just finding the best places for them to be. Artor's down on the bottom lane now. Uni into the jungle. Put Crit on the top lane to get a few more levels on Omni Knight. There's still the middle lane matchup. Remains Sumail and SC. 29 for 9 against 22 for 1. Sumail still with the edge. So EG looking to definitely have the favourable time here in the laning stage. And as we said, something that was pretty crucial for them to pull off this lineup.
Yeah, but the start they're having, everything is going perfectly, more or less. I mean, the Timbersaw started to catch a bit mid towards Sumail, but you kind of expect that. Once he gets Chakram and stuff, it's going to be very hard to deal with him. He's got the 3 points into reactive, so even though Newbee have also given away a couple of kills. It's fine, I think, for them because their Terrorblade is still the #1 farmer. U9 got his meta up again. He's 1 experience away from level 5. They're going to get the safe lane tower, and EG aren't even going to try to fight for it.
Top lane, there was a bit of a go with KP as he tried to take down Crit, but again, Zai has just constantly been in the right place at the right time, hitting these torrents, saving his teammates. So a lot of very impressive performance from Zai so far, and not just this game, but the series as a whole. As he's making it very hard for Newbee to just find their first kill of this match. But as you said, the farm for U9 still sits at the top of the last hit, 6 minutes in. Terrorblade yet to be slowed down, but, you know, Sumail, there's going to be a point where he will be zip-zapping across the map and looking to join the rest of his team in finding those big pickoffs. And Universe as well, he has really caught up. We're 6 minutes in, he's now hit the level 5, so having that early trouble of hitting the level 2, that's certainly all but gone, as the recovery has been pretty sweet for the side of EG.
A lot of that's attributed to being able to push the supports of Newbee off their side of the map for a little while. I mean, Artor is getting a little harassed down here, but he's not too worried about it. He's at 4 minutes and actual Sal if he gets too low. The biggest concern that I have right now for Newbee is their supports, both very low level comparatively. Like, Crit's level 5. Oh, actually Sumail getting a little low here. Gotta read it.
Yeah. With the help of Universe as well, indeed. We might see a bit of magic here from Sumail with the regen rune. He's going to try and play around it. Dodging the damage, keeping the regen rune flowing. There's Crit turning up as well. There's a TP for the Faith, Sumail. And realizes with that, can't quite go for it. At the same time, Zai did actually end up going down on the top lane. He was hanging around for levels, but the supports came into play. And Unan turns up as well, so Newbee will find their first kill on the board. And we'll try and turn that into a tier 1 push as well as they come in. And we'll see what EG can do in response. The TPs are coming through. They want to try and hold Zai with the X-Mark setup onto KP. Torrents are following. Crit and Universe are there. Hitting the call, getting the spins. KP's down. They get themselves anything else. It doesn't look like they can, as Newbee have already backed off away. And will get themselves out. But KP paying with his life there. And managing to rectify the fact Zai gave his up for free up top early.
Those spins were actually just insane. He calls and like instantly spins twice. Pretty sure KP might have lived there if he didn't get the doubler. But again, it's the story of the supports really on EG just being much more successful in this early game than Kaka and Faith have been able to accomplish. But
Monteezy's got to be careful. I mean, there's a Invis Timbersaw on his way around.
I don't think he's gonna stop though. I think he's fine.
Knows. Yeah, they've actually scanned it as well, just to confirm. So they know that someone's here in Invis. Zai, he doesn't have any detection. I mean, yeah, even if he did, there are a lot of ways that he could have got the kill on his own. As elsewhere, EG are still split up across the map. Crit's fast level 6 finally from that top lane. And Sumail continuing to get the farm as we see 54 for 17. It's a very, very good start for Still on Spirit. And he has the potential to have one of those star performances this game. Bottom lane, RTZ and Zai, they want to go for a bit of a go. You know, you talked about the fact that Newbee's supports needed levels. Face trying his best, but he's on his own here. He's going to get caught out by Zai. RTZ, he's going to take that one down. Was disarmed, but immediately pops the Enrage. No messing around for the big old bear. So he can punch that Oracle to pieces, and a kill for EG.
Yeah, this game is, it's not completely out of hand or anything, but you gotta be real careful about how many kills they're gonna be giving away at this stage in the game, because the higher level that Ursa gets, the more possibilities there are to go for things like Roche. And with the Omni Knight already being level 6, there's gonna come a point where that repelled Ursa is gonna be running at you soon, or the repelled Storm, and you need to have an answer for it. And right now, Newbee, they just don't.
So Mount wasn't really got eyes on the mid lane. Zai is there as well, and he does have level 6. He could maybe try for something if they can connect to Torrent. But towards the top, Universe looking to guard 10-minute rune, and well, Sumail's going to be able to take it from SC. SC, that's the backup of Faith. EG, they have 4 members towards the mid. Crits come across as well. Looks like just kind of rotating the lanes back around, allowing Universe to head up top. So Crits out of the top lane, Universe is in. Bottom lane, again, this Timber can't get a break SC from the bottom room, but RTZ takes it from underneath his nose as well. I mean, the group top is 4 at top. Is this the best play for the man to keep it? They want to just try and take objectives, get spacing, and get secure farm for U9.
They're trying to get the most benefit they can out of Metamorphosis when it's up. It's a fairly long cooldown, right? It's almost 2.5 minutes, and it's just a normal skill. So if you can group up, take towers, keep your net worth, fairly high, and get your item progression on point, I think that's still a really good path to victory, because there's no blink daggers on the side of EG. Universe doesn't have his. You don't have to really worry about the storm with an orchid or anything. It's still quite a ways off, and the chance it goes back to Bloodstone instead. There's still room for Newbee to make a comeback in this game, and I think the best way to do that is what they did and take towers. Maybe if you can sneak a Roche, that would be good. You do have Slark ulti.
I'm seeing a smoke from Newbee as well. Now coming towards the mid, Zai behind Sumail. Newbee may try and go for a go on the Storm Spirit. RTZ's come across as well. EG at the full effect, sweeping across. Actually going to be the go from Zai here as he gets the grab. Onto Etsy, the boat flying through as well. Kak falling low. RTZ turns up with a false promises there from Faith, allowing Etsy to back up towards Sumail, but he's healed up by and can get himself out. Everyone's dropped down, but just simply walks it off. EG maybe thinking about going back in. Torrent combo onto Universe. If you get in position for a call, it would be nice, but for the time being, a Voodoo Restoration, enough to keep Noob top up. Down in the notification. Both sides keep each other.
Newbee go rush though.
Get out.
Yeah, they definitely rush here. They just took everything away from EG. They're all still all at full health. I think they killed. Maybe not. They're still kind of sticking around in the area. I think when you have this type of lineup Newbee has, it's about as easy to kill Roshan as it is for EG. The only difference is you have to commit more heroes, whereas they can kill it at any given point. Wait, did he get a regen? Oh, Artur got a regen. Okay, I thought Sumail got one, but I guess he just TP'd back. And he's not going for Bloodstone either, he's just going straight for the Orchid, so this is a very aggressive Storm build.
Universe got his blood as well. So next fight like that, I mean, we saw the Universe was obviously struggling to be able to walk in position for a good call, but the fights happen like that, especially around these kind of grouped up positions towards the mid lane. They've got the chance of good calls, and well, there we have it. Bringing SC back into the boat, but of course the Fate's Edict there from Faith, protecting him from that magical burst. As the EG can't really follow that up, and this is going to be the issues, kind of like the Shadow Demon. That Oracle is always going to be in a position to save whoever EG goes on. And at this stage, it's going to make it very hard until, Sumail, once with that Orchid, potentially just going to look to zip straight back to the Oracle each fight to make sure there's no chance of Newbee's cause being saved.
Yeah, and there's nothing they can do to stop that either, because it's going to be a level 4 repel on Sumail as soon as he has that Orchid finished. He's going to go to the back line, kill most likely both of the supports by himself. And then you're going to have to worry about Axe Blink Ursa coming at you from the front. It's going to be a very difficult team fight, I think, for Newbee to take. Roshan is probably the best thing they could possibly get, but they're just not being given the room right now from Newbee. Because an Age will make so that if the Storm commits to a fight and he goes all in, perhaps he'll be out of mana by the time you're respawning or whatever, and you can take that fight. But otherwise, I think you're actually fairly dominant right now, just based off of their hero composition, and due to the fact that they all have the initiations that they actually need at such an early stage.
Okay, KP does now have his blink as well, so in turn, Newbee themselves, they can look for the avenue to jump in, and that's going to be what they do straight away. They're smoking. It may be smoke and Roche, but they do have Metamorphosis. Now, they want to try and find a kill first, so with that wrap-around, KP.
Oh, they missed
That's the greatest blink reveal in game 1. See if in game 2 he can do something different. The smoke. Oh no, he grouped up. All the cross from KP catches out too, but in return, Universe gets the call onto Torn. The backline space has pulse himself. Kaka gets dunked down. He's going to be the first to fall. U9 trying to take down Crit, but he hasn't quite got enough damage here. Zai being focused on SC. The Whirling Death will finish him. Universe gets another call onto U9. KP jumps to the back, takes down Crit. RTZ goes in rages. He's lost his teammates though, and now himself could be in trouble. It's a 3 for 3. SC eyeing up RTZ. KP just getting himself away from Sumail. So a bit of a scrappy fight from both sides, and ends up being a 3 for 3 trade as 2 supports and a core go down from either team.
Man, that was fast reaction time from Sumail. So they smoked because they missed the scan, so they assumed that they had time.
What?
He's alright.
Finding him there. He's fine. He's okay.
But Sumail dodged the crush initiation from KP, allowed him to reinitiate on the back line, you know, shot Faith with the ball. And Zai also landed a pretty nice combo. There was a bit of a misplay there though from Crit. I think he healed Sumail instead of Universe, which would have saved Universe and killed U9 instead of them losing Act, which could have resulted in a better overall team fight. But I guess it's very hard, like in that split second, to decide who you want to heal at that point. And he was maybe tiny range. He had to move to throw the heal off. But either way, a slight benefit there from Newbee.
Somehow. One up the bouncy rate. Before he's still keeping the advantage in kills. I mean, as we can see, he's so close. I mean, Sumail and SC have pretty much the same net worth at this moment in time. There's only a couple of dollars between it. And at top, still sits U9 on the Terrorblade. 2-1-2 at the moment as well. Towards the mid now. He's very close to having that Orchid, yeah. He's pretty much got it done. Just 100 and he'll have the recipe out.
This is
and
terrifying.
then we'll see in those fights it
he's
become a
gonna
little
have
different.
a DD as well. This is
and,
gonna be spooky.
and he's level 11. Yeah, this is...
You help Storm, he kills anybody on that team right now. Okay, maybe not by himself this time.
He's on his way out the Orchid. So this next fight could be quite something. EG, they're going to send RTZ into the pit. They want to start to try and do this Roshan.
Strong timing here from EG.
Yeah, there is this ward here, so, you know, Newbee know exactly what's up. They're going to smoke up and go. It's all about KP's Blink Crush. RTZ still in the pit. They'll crush onto Zai. Try to take that quick out, but the repels there from him. The physical damage is enough to bring Zai down. No, it's not in the turnaround as they come in. RTZ on a kill spree. They take two, they take B, and indeed it's Sumail with that DD zip zapping around. They've got the vision for the X mark onto KP. They're going B8, 8 down, of course. EG. Fire around the pit, all a bit of a bait. They send up to coming straight, some positioning, playing around, but taking the road now. What before the EG in the game?
This game has got real hard for Newbee, like real hard. I mean, sure, the DT or the DD is very fortuitous, and yeah, they didn't really get the best initiation. They went all in on a support. And then as soon as the repel came out, there was basically no follow-up damage. That was like the worst case scenario. I think Newbee maybe expected them having a little bit more time before the showcase of the Orchid, but those supports just exploded. And even U9 really couldn't do anything about it. And I think that's it's gonna be a continued theme in this game. Sumail is just gonna kill Faith and Kaka like over and over again. They're just, what are they supposed to do to stop it? If he's repelled, they can't disable him.
With this kind of lead, and as you said, with that kind of backup behind him, it's going to take a real big mess up from Sumail to fall down in a fight. And this game, he's certainly proven to play at the top of this game. So that in itself is going to be unlikely. So, yeah, as you said, like a perfect crush. I mean, as you said, they've hit repels. He's getting away. That is disabled. If there isn't a repel there, good luck trying to kill him for you now.
Yeah, it's very troubling for Newbee this game. Their draft, they kind of had to do, I think, a little bit better in the lanes, and obviously losing that fight in the river, which resulted in Roshan, is a huge blow to them, but there's going to be a very long period of time. The Hell is going to be a huge nuisance. I would really like to see U9 just build the Diffusal now, and they're going to catch Zai here, the bottom lane, so that's a nice kill on the way to Newbee. But he actually just needs to go like mad to Diffusal so he can prevent the repel from being as much of an issue as it's going to be.
Universe is kind of eyeing this up on his own. I mean, not really something that he'd want to jump into. In fact, top lane, so the support's just being pumped by Sumail. And that's it. They get caught down on the map. It's very easy to kill him. He's now got 2.5k gold on top of that very early walk-in. They need to start doing something else. And it may just be too late already.
This is going to be the Sumail show, I think. I mean, even from the beginning, you know, he didn't really have a hard lane. It's against a Timber, so Storm against most melee does fine, because Remnant and Overload and stuff like that, but... I mean, Newbee are looking to make a move here. They don't see the Omni, so Crit's actually off map right now. He doesn't want to show, because if he shows, then give Newbee the information they need to engage. He also doesn't have a TP. leaves. Nice little bit of play there, but yeah, Newbee need to do something. Like they need to get U9 his defusal.
TP at the top. For U9, the defense, he was pushing the lane in. He has himself got a lot of irons at this stage game. Blink, the kill and the gotcha. Bottom lane. Having a bit of an eye on KP. In fact, KP was the one to make a bit of a go to the mount, reacting. KP has to be careful of anything. He has to just get the hell out of there. He has to be. He's just gonna be like. So it should be fun. I mean, unless a couple of cross drop, see. Keeping eyes at the moment. He's up. Really needs someone to TP across. He wants to try and make some action, but that in itself, it's going to be very hard size there. Crit as well. Back up Samael. Meanwhile, in the event, continuing it, item progression as well. He has to blink out, the blink. 600 on top of that. And bottom lane, he wants to be the focus for EG. So KP is in position to come out from behind. Maybe they just don't seem like they're to fight inside EG at this stage of the game. They have to go. Samael taking another more money in his pocket. He has a large component, pretty much Bloodstone is away from being complete on top of Orchid.
How does he keep getting regions? Like, what is this? That's like his third, fourth regen game so far. That is like the best Storm rune. Okay, maybe DD is like really too, but still.
Well, there we have it. Playing around with Verti. Just zoning him back for the time being, trying to get another tier 1 here with team as EG group up as 5. Push down the mid lane. Newbee just desperately trying to pick their supports back up. KP working his way down the bottom lane, and U9, he still needs time. He's got Dragon, Manda, and he still is up there, but Samel's starting to create a gap between them. Oh, SC looking towards RTZ. RTZ has RTZ 2.6k gold as well. I mean, what does he finish off next here?
I wonder if he goes Aghanim's this game. BKB is obviously a go-to because you can just stop him from getting stunned, but I don't even know if he needs KB. I mean, defusals are a choice for setters that are come out of the supports, but Sumail's pretty much taking care of the supports. So he's free to pretty much make whatever the hell he wants. The Aghanim is good, Fusel's good, BKB is good. Any choice, really.
There we have it. This Sim, Bloodstone, Orchid. It's at the ready.
Is he buying a... That has to be a BKB, right? He didn't just randomly buy a Bladestone.
Yes.
One thing about EG's lineup, okay, and I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a crazy theory here, but their team sucks at hitting buildings, right? It's real bad. They don't have a siege. And I don't think he had that. Did he have the Blightstone before?
No, I'm pretty sure. You're right, it's just appeared. So we're getting the Deso for a bit of that tower push and the whole kind of swap it down, get one touch in for the debuff, and then pick up the life steal. Hold that for Universe. Gets the call onto the axe. At the same time, RTZ jumps onto the back of them. But comes flying through. SC trying to look to get himself away, but the X-Mark brings him back in. That's going to be the Timbersaw out of this fight. Must be just that, but KP with a very nice 3-man crush. They need some follow through the GA at the moment. Keeping the side of life. Samael has his eyes onto KP. Ball back into the torrent, the slam down. They'll find a second EG, and they're not done yet. Universe comes in with the call onto Faith. RTZ, one more swipe, should bring him down. He had the false promise himself. But EG, they'll actually get the torrent on Kaka as well. Orchid drop from Samael. They'll find another. There's a buyback from KP. Comes in with a 2-man crush. Eddie as well chops through. It's a great buyback. They managed to secure themselves some big kills in return. SC still on the chase to Zai. On the side of it, U9's looking for Samael. Samael out of mana. Only just able to separate KP hard chase. If they get Samael as well, this could be one of the next place going to be the suicide. He has to. A buyback from KP, allowing Nuke to swing it with huge crush. To allow to come in and drop down. And managed to kind of hold against CG aggression there.
Yeah, that was so worth. I mean, he landed multiple 3 or 4-man hero crushes, so KP was bringing his A game to that team fight, and a very much needed defense. Maybe they can even secure this tier 1 without EG being able to do much. See how heavy they want to commit. Looks like everyone's gonna be getting in, so I guess it just denied perhaps. It is in range currently, but I mean, that fight kind of showcased how hard it is for them to really deal with Sumail. He was balling into the team when he had like 20% mana left. And his Orchid usage there was phenomenal. When they were going NSC, he didn't Orchid the Timber, which I think a lot of players he just waited for Faith to walk in to try to cast False Promise, and then threw the Orchid out onto him instead. And that way it ensures that there's not going to be any for the initial death of the Timber Saw during the fight. And even with the buyback, I still think that EG are feeling, you know, pretty comfortable. They lost years, but Sumail didn't give away gold. There's some blood charges though.
We can see on the network, you know, EG's lead. It's pretty much just held it around the 5k. You know, a fight that they've kind of boosted up more, leveled off by Newbee being able to turn it around like that. EG certainly still in the driver's seat, but Newbee showing us that KP can land these crushes. Can still be very hard and disruptive for EG to fight into as a fight. And indeed, there we have it. So picked up on RTZ.
So he X'd TP back to base to get his Deso out of the stat, and then Zai X'd him before he had his item. And so he just came back out and doesn't have his stuff. It's pretty good.
Alright.
That's a grief play. That's a baby report, I think.
I've done that on purpose as well. Giggles.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Deso in a while. And by a while, I mean like I've never seen Deso before.
I'll go. Rock and roll. Diffuser Blade has been picked up now by you, and as you said, an absolute crucial pickup for him this game.
Yeah.
And this can really help him just actually find kills without having to worry about keeping them up too much.
This diffusal, if used properly, should be able to turn the fights.
Oh, that's easy. He's found it. He's actually got in on. If he the rest of them zips to the back line, is good to go for Kaka, but RTZ just evokes. He's getting rage, he repelled up, therefore dropped down by Kaka, being kept alive by the false promise. No one's actually as of yet. Kaka falling low, zipping across, looking to chase down EG. RTZ has to get himself out. So man managed to pick up Oracle on the lines of this, but Newbee, they're still looking to find more. KP comes in with a cross onto Universe. RTZ trying to take down the Slark. Universe gets the call. RTZ comes in with the punches. They'll find KP as well. Newbee still not done. The slap back. SC takes on Arthur. Crits in potential trouble as well. Double kill for the Timbersaw. University's got to run. He's got to hide. But the chest is there from SC. Has the ult to set up. And Newbee, they're not done. They'll find themselves another triple kill for SC. What a fight for them there.
Sumail wants to make a play though. He's got DD. He has no mana right now.
Boy, can he do it?
I think he can actually do this. He's a little bit scared, but
there's still 4 up at the moment.
alright, with 4, yeah, he can. If the Oracle wasn't there, he might.
And he's out, but EG, fights like that, they cannot afford to take, and they expect to see the swing round happening. And indeed, back towards the 0 point after that. After that very, very impressive fight from Newbee. And we've been talking about Sumail, but SC, he's the one to step it up now. He's 5-1-2, and he's shown us what he can do on this mid lane Timber, as he's really racking the gold back up. He did lose a few Bloodstone charges earlier, but now catching back up in them, and 3k gold on top of the Bloodstone. So they've got to be careful. This Timber can just rip to pieces the lineup, and even though they've got obviously the repellent touch from crits, kind of like we said in the draft, at the end of the day, EG, they are running a 4 melee core lineup, and we're seeing Timber take the most of that.
That's going to continue to be a bit of a problem for them, and it's going to become increasingly difficult to kill the hero in general. I think he's either going for the Shiva's Lotus, whichever the choice for SC, it's going to be nice. But Roshan being taken here quite fast. I think Sumail's going to take up the Aegis here.
Immortality is mine.
I might want to try and swing off the back there. In fact, the Courier's coming across Universe, gets called onto Faith, being focused. The Oracle's out and now looking for more. Sin grabs KP, drags him back, but Kaka with the Glimmer Cape, keeping KP alive. RTZ trying to close in onto SC Sumail, jumps up the high ground. He's low on mana though, still slowing up Kaka. Won't be able to finish off the Witch, but RTZ Universe, they'll take down KP. Sumail, he has of course got round 2. He wants to try and pop it and go. At the moment, taking down 2 kills. EG will leave it at that. They've got the mid lane pushing in as well, so they can try for the tier 2. But a good couple of clean kills and maybe even more. Found SC in. He has blown to smithereens there. as RTZ Universe and Samael team up on the old boy. They'll find the tower. And EG, I mean, you're just seeing how well Samael, Uni, and Artur can play this aggression and just catch out hero after hero. And suddenly Newbee, again, they're back on the back foot.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate series of events like that. I don't know, when you lose your Oracle, like, instantly, you can't really fight anymore, because they're relying pretty heavily on him for things like False Promise and Acidic to mitigate, you know, a lot of the damage. To get a disarm off on somebody can be very effective. But that Deso on Artur, they killed that Timber Saw instantly. Like, if you don't have your reactive armor stacks going beforehand, you just take a tremendous amount of damage, even with the use of the Plate Mail. So now Newbee in this very precarious spot. And in addition to that, you know, Sumail is going to be getting his next item soon. Looks like he's going for the Shivas.
And he's he's got it done. It is complete. It's out for him. Pretty much in pair though, onto SC. He's also got it out as well. The major difference between these two here is the fact that Samael does have the superior amount of Bloodstone charges, but Samael come across. Do they have vision of him? They've not got any sentries down at the moment. Yeah, he's ready to go for Fate first if the fight kicks off, but... it's actually just going to look KP on this. Pops the Shiva on. Pulse Price goes out. If he will be saved. Same time though, lane. Crit's hanging around there. Has to be careful because Newbee, they're sweeping back across. Samael, he's going to find himself another beautiful rune here. DD's being picked up.
These are going to be the best runes I've ever seen for a Storm. He's getting nothing but DDs and regens. Like, that's the dream. You don't want any other rune of Storm. I guess Invis is not bad, and Haze is pretty too, but he's been extremely fortunate with runes this game.
RTZ as well. BKB complete. So once he gets his hand on someone, it's going to be very hard for him to keep him off them. Top. It's tier 2. Almost certainly not going to be standing for long. They should be able to finish it off. And Newbee, let's see what the plan is next for them. Still just trying to get farm on 9. He's still keeping himself at the top there. So once this all goes on, you know, Terrorblade constantly getting the farm done. And Samael with a massive zip across. He's looking for Fate. The sun has come a little bit too low for the Fate CDX, but it doesn't like it matter. Just the right with that DD. More than enough. Who needs magical? As that is your Oracle down again. 30 seconds. No Oracle for this defense. Now it's easy. He's repelled, and he'll just start to pummel in. The fortification comes out from the side of Newbee. And in fact, Universe, okay, jumps in onto SC. The torrent as well from side. The boat's flying in, and SC again, he is just melting in the middle of these fights. He'll survive a little bit with the Yules. The dunk comes a little early, but it doesn't matter because the mouse there to finish him off with a final punch. And with KP falling as well, that's 2 cores out for 40 seconds. Make that 3 as Universe gets the call onto U9. They do have a buyback on TB. But they're almost going to lose this top set of racks, maybe more, as EG with these last couple of fights have been a step ahead of Newbee.
I don't know what it's supposed to do anymore. Like, it's just too hard. I don't know if buying a Diffusal before finishing the Manta on U9 would have made any difference this game, but it really felt like just there was help during the mail to be able to kill the supports over and over. It just made the fights too difficult to come back.
There's your buyback from U9. They want to try and guys onto RT's propel. KP comes in, drops the amplify, but RT's enraged damage at all. If he's going to go for the straight TP, or try a ballsy from Artur, he's punished for that. They'll take the Ursa, and SC looks to chase down more. KP comes on a high ground, hits the crush onto the Admiral, Zai's out as well. So Newbee will take 2 down, but at the same time, you know, RT just goes all in, will be able to play a second melee racks. So they get the objective EG, they do pay with their lives, but at the end of the day, with this kind of pace of the game, EG, they can be fine with that.
Yeah, no questions. They're extremely pleased with the outcome. Get a full set of racks, get a melee mid. Roshan's not up for a little while, they know they have time, so they don't even have to worry about buyback. One of course to contest it. I mean, he's almost got heck, and it feels like he just finished his Shivas like a couple of minutes ago. The guy is just ridiculously fun. You and I had both kind of figured that the game could get to this point where he's just too farmed really for Newbee to be able to handle. And in addition to that, even things like Diffusal Blade on U9, you need to be able to be in range of the hero to defuse him anyway. And a lot of these times, Sumail's just jumping to the backline. He's not like, going on the turret blade, he's going on the sword. So positioning-wise...
What do you think of this, Andy? KP, he's gone for the Midas, 35 minutes in.
I don't think there's no other item he can buy that's gonna matter. Like, maybe Horse Staff, but you're already so far behind economically that even if you force somebody away, there's no guarantee it's gonna save them, especially against heroes like Storm. There's multiple Blink Daggers on the side of EG. It's one of those purchases where you buy the Midas because it doesn't matter what else you buy. That's the simple way to do it.
They need to somehow stall this game, Newbee, but EG are giving them no chances of doing so. Yes, Sumail, there it is, complete. The full axe is dead. The next fight even harder. I mean, he's getting on the backlines. Backs in the orchid. I mean, how did he dream of fighting into this? Any perfect execution very quick, because EG is the 5-man looking to take the second game in this best 5 final.
I mean, to be honest, this game hasn't really even been that close. There's been like 1 or 2 fights where newbies seem like, okay, now they're doing what they need to do, and then Sumail, Universe, and Arteezy just go completely ham. And it's Tricore lineup that's just being enabled by Repel, the Omni Knight, is devastating. These heroes don't have the tools needed to deal with it at this early stage. And EG have pretty much fully abused that fact. They just, I mean, they're sitting pretty with a 1.5 racks lead, and they're not pressured at all. Like, they don't feel like they need to end the game right now.
Absolutely not. They're waiting for this stage. Know that Newbee are going to be forced to just back into their base. Newbee want to try and think that mentality down. Going out with smoke, KP just in. The crush on you to bring it down first, but the repels hit time, and now the potential turn flies through. So the backline, they already killed the 2 supports. He looks at what KP left. KP ball back, KP ball down. That's a 3rd kill, and now SC and U9, they try to do the best on their own, but SC, he's going to have to kill himself. U9, the last one left alive, he's looking for crit. He can't quite finish off the Omni. As EG just kiting up the Terrorblade moment. Now they're ready to go back in. Sumail zaps forward. RTD with a bash. He says GG is on. EG take the second game. Definitely a much more convincing fashion than game 1. And this kind of momentum has got to be scary for Newbee, because going into game 3, it looks like EG are on the potential to just 3-0 this entire grand finals.
Yeah, they're looking at